In the early Cold War, the CIA got obsessed with one question: can you crack a person's mind and rebuild it from scratch? That question led to MKUltra, one of the strangest programs in US history. And this wasn't just theory in a lab. Some of the experiments were pushed into real hospitals, real prisons, and real lives. The usual story sounds like spy fiction: drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and secret files. But the part that matters is what it did to ordinary people who never signed up for it. One of the most disturbing claims tied to MK Ultra is that it spilled beyond hidden rooms and into a whole town. For 27 days, people started noticing that something felt off. The town didn't wake up to flashing lights or secret agents in the streets. It was more subtle than that, and that is what makes it so creepy. Reports from the era suggest the experiment relied on the air itself, spreading a chemical or compound through the town over time. People later described headaches, confusion, and that strange zapping feeling in the brain. That's the nightmare version of mind control. Not a clean switch, but a messy fog. Instead of instant obedience, you get disorientation, fear, and people doubting their own senses. And once panic starts, it spreads faster than any rumor. Neighbors notice neighbors acting weird, and suddenly the whole town feels unstable. What makes MK Ultra so infamous is that it mixed real science with reckless cruelty. It borrowed tools from psychiatry, chemistry, and behavioral research, then used them without real consent. That lack of consent is the real crime here. Not just what they tried, but the fact that people were turned into test subjects without knowing it. In the town, the biggest clues were the symptoms. People complained of not sleeping, not thinking straight, and feeling like their bodies were buzzing from the inside. That kind of symptom is hard to prove after the fact, which is exactly why these stories stay so controversial. A bad day, a weird rumor, and a government program can blur together fast. Still, the broader MK Ultra record is not fiction. Declassified documents showed the CIA ran a wide network of experiments and kept them hidden for years. That matters because it changes the story from wild rumor to documented abuse. Once a government agency has already crossed the line, every strange local report gets harder to dismiss. For the people living there, though, that distinction didn't make life feel less strange. If your sleep is wrecked, your thoughts are racing, and everyone around you seems off, the cause almost doesn't matter. This is why the town story sticks in people's heads. It feels like the moment a secret experiment stops being a file in a cabinet and starts affecting a whole community. And once community starts talking, patterns show up everywhere. One person gets sick, another gets anxious, and suddenly the whole town is looking for a hidden hand. MK Ultra also left behind a lesson about how easy it is to hide harm when the paperwork is shredded and the language is vague. By the time the public found out, most of the damage was already done. That's the real horror of the story. Not just mind controls as a science fiction idea, but the ordinary, bureaucratic way real people can be manipulated and harmed. So when people talk about MK Ultra, remember the point isn't just that it existed, it's that the line between secret project and public life was thinner than most of us want to believe.